our tale of the tape for this strawweight fight. All right, now for the introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Tabitha Baby Shark Ricci! And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Lupita Godinez!
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, DC, here we go with round 1 between these 2 women, and neither one seemed all that rooted in a game plan in our fighter meeting, perhaps because both fighters are exceedingly well-rounded.
Yeah, whenever you're as good as they are, when both of these women have all the skills, you don't really have to have a game plan that you're going to stick by, because you have the ability to adjust as the fight goes on. I'm just wanting to see which one makes the first move. Because at times, when you're fighting someone with the equal skill set, it's a little bit of hesitancy early until you can find which way you want to approach the fight.
Staying busy in the clinch, lands a nice punch there.
Fighting behind a nice jab. Way to hide that leg kick.
Ricci gets the early takedown. That did not take long.
Beautiful transition.
All right, full guard now, DC. Looks like a potential submission attempt here.
She is so dominant from the top position.
Baby Shark's in half guard.
Big ground and pound.
Ricci's back in full guard. Oh, nice strike on the ground for her. And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through. Oh, great reversal to top position by her there. Really high-level stuff by Ricci. Oh, strong reversal on the ground here. Oh, she's got a triangle, DC. That looks tight. Might be a case of tap or nap right here.
It is going to be a case of tap or nap. You're going to sleep if you do not tap for this submission. It's in too tight. The defense is gone. You waited too long. You are in there with a submission expert, and you have put yourself in one of her best positions.
I would have tapped on it.
Definitely. I would have too.
She's still working for the submission now, hasn't bailed on it yet. Wow, I thought she might succumb. She gets out.
I thought she was going to sleep. I thought it was over.
Godinez is in half guard.
And now she's in mount. Oh.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Lupi. Outstanding grappling battle, and now back to the feet. Huge response from the crowd. We'll see who has the advantage here.
Big response from the crowd. They appreciate high-level mixed martial arts, and it's exactly what they just got between these 2 young women. She gets to the single collar tie. Look for her to try to move her opponent to find openings to land uppercuts and shots right up the middle.
Nice jab counter for her there. Able to check that kick as well. That kick is good by Godinez. And both fighters exchange in the pocket. Under a minute to go in round 1.
Ooh, what a punch.
Just misses there with the left. Oh, big left hand there. Well, it's not considered a power shot or even a significant strike, but that jab looked pretty significant to me.
When you land that jab like she does, it is a significant strike. To hell with what anybody else says.
Takedown attempt late, and it's good. Oh, she's setting up an arm lock now. Oh, that's tight.
She's working hard for the armbar now. All she's got to do is get her to unlock her hands, and she's almost there.
Oh, saved by the bell, round over. And the finish came just in time. Thought maybe she might tap there, but you know how tough she is. So the submission attempt right at the end of the round, saved by the bell, back to the stools they go. We'll see if she can recover in time for this next round. All right, so there's the horn. The round is over, and she is just not the tap-in type. That submission looked pretty tight to me.
It looked very tight, and she looked surprised that her opponent did not tap, that her opponent did not go out. But she looked surprised, but she has to understand that she's in there with a very high-level grappler, and that happens in those types of situations.
Second round underway.
That is a damaging kick that lands.
Oh, she works the body as well as anybody in this division. Another strike there, and these shots are really going to take their toll as this fight moves on. Massive head kick. Pretty good jab there by Lupi.
Nasty body kick downstairs.
Hook shot attempt to the head here. Instead, it's blocked by Tabitha Ricci.
She got that leg kick off quick.
Nice crack there. Well, she's been good tonight, but she missed with that one. Well, without much resistance, she continues to find a home for that jab, just as she did in the previous round. Nice jab.
Mixing up the target. This time she goes high, head kick lands. Nice body shot.
Ricci's got a bruise appearing on that left side now. Got to think that bodily investment is going to pay dividends later in the fight.
Nice punch land over the top.
Nice job by her there to block that shot. Missed on the right hand. Oh, now lands a kick to the body. Just over 3 minutes to go.
What a kick that one landed. Big double.
Oh, she's got a good submission attempt here.
What a tight armbar.
Oh, she bails on the sub.
Gotta be careful here.
So we have crossed the midpoint in this one. Ricci's in half guard now. All right, right into side control now. We'll see if she can dole out some damage. A lot of fighters would prefer the half guard. She does pretty good work here, though.
She does great work in the half guard. She's very brutal. She's very heavy with her top half. So she doesn't worry about the opponent escaping. And this side control is very good for her because she wants to wear on you. She wants you to...
Baby Shark's going for the sub here. Ooh, that looks tight. As she gets out.
She is so aware of the ground, and she escapes a deep submission attempt.
Godinez is back into full guard. Oh, nice job by her to posture up there. Now we'll see if she can maintain that separation.
She has to recognize that her opponent will start trying to squirrel away now, but look for her big ground and pound.
Well, she'll ground you and she will pound you. These strikes are really starting to add up.
They're starting to add up because now she's more willing to take chances knowing that she can land.
All right, so after a great back-and-forth engagement on the ground, the fighters get back to their feet, and the crowd really showing their support for these two women.
The crowd goes crazy because they appreciate the high-level grappling that these two women just exhibited for them.
Ricci gets caught by that flush straight punch. Nice job by the offense there. All right, so the narrative in this one continues to be her educated jab, and once again, using that weapon to keep her opponent at bay.
She started to write the story in round one, and she has continued down the path to victory behind a beautiful jab. What a phenomenal, phenomenal boxer we are watching tonight.
Well, that left hand has been there for her tonight, not on that attempt. 30 seconds to go in the round. Takedown defense holds up. Oh, well timed with the knee to the head. Final seconds here. Ricci's nose is bleeding now. Looks to be cut, perhaps there on the bridge. All right, that's the end of round number 2. All right, so there's the end of the round. Big story in this one now. The cut on the bridge of that nose from that strike. The cut man is in there. Should be able to shut this one and potentially prevent it from being a factor here moving forward. Well, no surprise to see her opponent continue to attack that cut on the bridge of her nose.
Nasty cut on the bridge of her nose. She wasn't moving her head, and she is now paying for it. Her opponent now will be even more aggressive in her approach to try and advance the damage to her nose that she's already dealing with.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. All right, here we go with our next round. Two of the best women in this division. We'll see who takes the upper hand.
You gotta make a decision when you get up off of your stool going to the next round that this is my fight and I am not gonna allow it to slip through my fingers.
Overhand block there by Tabitha Ricci. She missed with that jab. Counter punch landed there by Godinez.
She gets in very close and gets to the single collar tie. Oh, nice kick.
Baby Shark's blocking well now. Made the adjustment, protecting what is an already damaged nose.
Beautiful leg kick.
Heavy leather landed on both sides in that exchange. Godinez is cut above the eye. Oh, hook to the head by Ricci.
Another punch to the head.
Well, she's got a good jab, missed with it there.
Right to the single collar. She was able to close the distance, and now she's in her position.
Oh, she landed again. That is a high fight IQ to continue to attack that cut. That's bleeding everywhere now.
Everywhere. You know, we love smart fighters. This young lady is as smart as anything. She will not abandon this approach. She knows that it's working, and she can see the work paying dividends by looking at her opponent's face and seeing the concern every time she lands something.
Ricci's trying for a Kimura here. Oh, she's got that Kimura locked in tight. Oh, she's out, and I don't mean unconscious. How did she escape?
This is a terrible position.
Well, committed to the body work. You see the results. Look at the redness on the right side of her body. Ricci going to work from guard here. Nice combination of strikes there. Very efficient, very effective.
And there you go, again, half guard.
Oh, really good strikes by her here in top position. Oh, and with conviction, she moves right into half guard.
Without much effort, she was able to pass from her full guard right into half guard.
Under 2 minutes to go in round 3. Oh, reverses the position now. Outstanding work on the ground by Lupi. All right, so the ladies make their way back to the feet. Nice job by her there, and the crowd is just lapping it up.
Yeah, they're loving her willingness to fight to get back to her feet. She never accepted being on the bottom, so even though it was difficult, she got it done, and now she looks to impose herself on her opponent. She gets to the single collar tie. Look for her now to drive uppercuts up the middle to do damage on our opponent.
Ricci gets lit up by that straight punch. All right, I'm gonna put you in this fighter's shoes, okay? She is clearly losing this fight. Time is not her friend right now. You going for the finish or what?
I am biting down on the mouthpiece, and I am swinging from the hip. Something has to land so that she can win this fight.
Less than a minute now to go in the fight.
Oh, nice double leg, yes.
Submission attempt for her now. Ooh, she's got that in tight. Oh, somehow she gets out.
It was locked in. She somehow survived.
Oh, good ground and pound here.
She continues to go here because it's working. Do not change anything. Great job reversing the position, and now she gains the dominant position.
All right, so the fighters go the distance here tonight, and she really put it all together on the feet as we show you some of the highlights from the fight.
It's all come full circle for this young lady. She said on Thursday that we would see a better version of her than we did the last time she was in the octagon. I will take that a step further and say that this is the best we've ever seen. She should win a pretty clear decision.
The official decision is in. Bruce Buffer has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored the contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Lupita Godinez!
All right, so she finally cracks a smile there. She gets her hand raised by unanimous decision, and certainly at times looked like maybe the finish would materialize. It didn't. Nonetheless, she gets a W, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
If you were waiting for that smile, it wasn't going to happen until the fight was over. Now she can relax a little bit as she wins a unanimous decision. I thought that this was one of her best performances to date.
And here is tonight's tale of the tape. To get us started with the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Viviane Bibi Araujo! And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Caitlin Blood Fighter Chukagian!
You ready to fight? Ready. Do it.
All right, so here's the perennial flyweight contender and legitimate divisional threat, Caitlin Chukagian. Trains under Renzo Gracie and John Danaher there back on the East Coast. And shout out to her husband, Kyle Sermonara, as well. A hugely unifying force in the corner and career of one Caitlin Chukagian. And she's not overthinking the matchup here tonight. She understands that perhaps her opponent's going to want to put her on her back, but she's put in the time. As she says, the hay is in the barn, and wherever this fight has to play out, she said, I'm getting the finish tonight. defense, shot blocked. Counter hook is good. So the newly minted Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Katlyn Chookagian, showing off that footwork and the jab here early.
Yeah, you know, she is a grappler, and she has developed in that skill. But what makes Katlyn Chookagian special is her ability to move around the octagon effortlessly and fight behind that beautiful jab. She is a high-level boxer, and it has shown throughout her UFC career. Great timing on that double leg.
Elbow lands. While working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Viviane Araújo. Oh, and with conviction, she moves right into half guard.
Without much effort, she was able to pass from her full guard right into half guard.
Making all these shots count. Back to the feet now. Very nice leg kick there by Viviane Araújo. Just over 3 minutes to go in our first round. Oh, good job defensively there to block the strike by Araújo. Seems to have timed that counter pretty well. Well, Chookagian able to land there. She bounces all over the tri-state area for her training. The Fairleigh Dickinson University graduate has put in the right work in advance of this one.
Big double leg level change.
Well, she's already landed several big takedowns, and there's another one. So you gotta like what you're seeing here. This offensive wrestling is on point tonight.
It's unbelievable. The variety of takedowns is what I am truly a fan of. It's not just one thing. She is doing different approaches, different takedowns to really, really confuse her opponent. Strong reversal there.
Man, Mark Coleman would be proud. Her ground and pound game is on point. Araújo's back in full guard now. So she backs up here and lets her opponent stand up. Trying to hammer that lead leg.
Oh, nice.
Great kick to the body by her there.
Another big takedown.
Araújo's in half guard. Nicely done. Chookagian's back in full guard.
And there you go, again, half guard.
Oh, and she's back up again. Well, as a play-by-play guy, I try to stay out of the prediction business, but I think we're going to see another takedown attempt here.
Oh, absolutely. You see it playing itself out over and over again. She enters, she gets the takedown, and she will not stop at any cost to get the fight to the floor. She's been successful, so why would she change it?
Oh, here's a kick to the body, blocked though by Chookagian. So we cross the 30-second mark in our opening round. Deep now. 20 seconds left.
Big shot lands for both guys.
Now she gains some separation. Oh, that's a beautiful land downstairs with the kick. On to next.
Very good. Keep doing what you're doing. Stick to the striking. Stick to the game plan. You're hurting her to the body.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the highlights, DC. A lot of leg kicks for good measure in that round.
I mean, leg kicks are the key. You watch people win fights with just leg kicks, especially in this game. I mean, it is my strike of choice. I love the animation when I've landed so many leg kicks that my opponent just kind of waves me off and the fight gets stopped. Keep throwing them. If they're not going to check them, keep throwing the leg kick.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway. All right, here we go with our next round. Previous round, both fighters had their moments. We'll see who takes the upper hand here.
Both had their moments, but nobody really stood out. Nobody separated themselves from the other fighter. Which of these two women is going to be able to really charge out ahead in the next round?
Well, she tried to counter with a punch, but unable to land. Oh! Huge kick to the head. Nice jab there by Caitlin Chookagian. Footwork on point, and she has found a home for that lead left all night.
She is about as pure a boxer as we have in the UFC. The way that she moves around the octagon shows that she has spent a lot of time in the squared circle. But it starts with the jab, and the jab comes off of that great footwork possessed by Caitlin Chookagian. Oh, nice.
Man, look at the redness appearing on the left side of her body there. That's starting to really add up. Oh, she's been working on her defense. Kick block there. Just missed with the left there.
Oh, nice hook.
Man, her jab is so powerful, she doesn't need to throw it full force. She's certainly keeping her opponent at bay here tonight.
Yeah, she doesn't wind up, she doesn't load up, she just kind of lets it fly. And she has multiple jabs, where one is hard, one is short. She's such a high-level boxer that she can beat you up with just a jab. As she evades, that chin's way high in the air.
Rips the body there for good measure.
Beautiful level change. Great slip. Even though her opponent's throwing, she's not finding much success.
Araujo's in half guard.
Oh, nice.
We have crossed the midpoint of this one.
Great job landing from the top position.
All right, so a pretty interesting development here in terms of this fighter's evolution. Just as we saw in the last round, primarily a jiu-jitsu athlete, having a lot of success with her striking tonight.
Well, you can see it from the moment she came out the corner. She was confident. She told us she would not chase takedowns. She felt like she was even better in the striking. And to this point, she has proven exactly that. What a combo she lands to the head.
Oh, now she gets it done with the side kick, though, so we'll see if her opponent can adjust and not be on the wrong end of too many more of those.
Well, she's going to have to if she intends on getting into her desired range. If she continues to take those side kicks, she's going to stay at the space that her opponent wants her at.
Well, she has certainly picked up the pace here in round two and starting to find herself in the pocket a little bit. She was a little bit hesitant in round one. No hesitancy whatsoever here in round two. She has clearly found her rhythm and range. Big bruise starting on the right side of her body, not good. Try to establish that jab.
Great punch landed with so much power.
Araujo's nose is cut now, and she's starting to deal with some blood in that area. Man, does she throw these hands seamlessly and easily, connects with another series of punches there.
She is one of the best boxers in the UFC, and this is the reason why we say it every time she fights.
Rips the body there. Well, we sat down with her on Thursday. She said it's all coming together, and she has put on a striking clinic tonight. Clearly the best performance in the UFC.
The only danger was if her opponent could get her to the ground. She could not, and you saw how well a high-level striker could work whenever she's very comfortable.
Well, she better not be too dismissive of this calf kick because I see some visible bruising now.
Well, the first one doesn't bother you, but then before you know it, all of a sudden you can barely walk. She needs to start checking right now.
Nice kick to the body.
Another big body she lands.
Final seconds here of round 2.
Good round.
All right, that's the end of the round, and the fighter has a cut on her nose, so that is something that certainly bears watching moving forward. Cut man racing in there. He'll try to seal that cut. She doesn't seem too bothered by it, but certainly something we'll keep an eye on here moving forward. All right, things are getting interesting, folks. She is back to the stool, appears to be breathing okay, but a huge cut on the bridge of her nose.
Yeah, when you get cut there, it's hard to breathe. Your mouth starts to go open a little bit, but the blood becomes an issue. She was not locked in defensively, and that punch right there opened up the cut on the bridge of her nose.
You ready to fight? You ready?
All right, here we go, third and final round. All right, so 2 pretty good previous rounds. Now another round is underway. Your thoughts on what we might see here over these 5 minutes?
That one of these young ladies will really start to try and drive the point home that she is the better fighter.
Oh, she just continues to land a high volume of strikes here, really just like she did in the previous round, and she does not seem to be slowing down at all. Oh, doing work with the jab. Oh, man, hate to be hit with one of those knees to the body.
It's broken, I think.
And once again, looking for that highlight reel KO with that front kick.
Drives the shin into the rib. Great body kick.
Chookagian's nose is bleeding now. Looks to be cut, perhaps there on the bridge.
Oh, nice combination, yeah. Really nice job blocking that shot.
Nice right hand over the top lands for Araujo. Well, not just a high output fight to this point, but a high accuracy fight as well. Both fighters have absorbed a lot of damage thus far.
These 2 women have both fought so valiantly. They have really laid it out on the line tonight, and it's made for a very fun fight. Nice low single takedown.
Man, she's got it all going with the hands, with the feet tonight, and that cut is really becoming a factor now as this fight continues.
Yes, she's got to move, Jay. She's got to get on her bicycle. She's got to get to the middle of the round so that the cut man can get to work. Because the more she's in there, the more she tries to fight face first, the more that cut is going to open up. She's got to get moving.
Under 3 minutes now to decide this fight. Well, she is clearly going to be on the wrong end of the scorecards if we get there, DC. Got to think she's got to go balls to the wall for submissions now.
She's got to go crazy. All those things her jiu-jitsu coach tells her, don't try this, don't try that. You got to try it now. There's nothing else that's working. Another big takedown.
Araujo's in half guard.
Oh, she's in trouble, dude.
Oh, well played there as she gets back to her feet. All right, so we got a little bit of separation now, but watch out for the setup. You got to think she's going to shoot for another takedown.
She's going to shoot for another takedown, and it may not look pretty. It may be her taking a shot from halfway across the octagon. As long as she gets into contact, she is comfortable because she wants this fight down on the floor.
Well, she's leaking a lot of blood now. That cut is getting worse with every strike landing.
And the blood is flying. Her confidence is growing. She will continue to try and target that cut until someone has to come in here, ringside position, and stop the fight.
1.5 minutes to go in this third and final round. Wow, is she applying a lot of pressure here? I'm not sure how much her opponent can take. Clear sense of urgency here as she tries to make sure the judges stay out of it. Outstanding kick there by Chookagian.
The issue with that kick, as effective as it is, one gets checked out of the Anderson Silva situation.
Well, she's been good tonight, but she missed without. All right, so she told us in the fighter meeting the body shots were going to be key, and they certainly have been. She invested early, and now you're starting to see some damage on the other side.
Yeah, she's doing a great job of following the game plan. She spoke to us in the fighter meeting about going to the body, about investing, not worrying about seeing the outcome right away. And it's starting to show now as this fight gets long.
Ujo's in half guard now. Good, solid strike on the ground. And there it is, another strike gets through on the ground. And she's back up again, so the takedowns have been there, so have the get-ups. Both fighters exchange in the pocket here. Ujo's nose is just donating blood by the second here. I'm not so sure that nose isn't broken, DC. Official decision now in. The buff has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Caitlin "Blood Fighter" Chookagian.
All right, so you heard it there from Bruce Buffer as she gets it done on all 3 judges' scorecards. And a little bit of a weird performance from the BJJ player here tonight, choosing to stand and trade with this boxer, and ultimately she paid the price.
Sometimes pride gets in the way. You want to go and beat someone in their best area. When you got a boxer of this caliber in front of you, you have to understand that that is a very tough hill to climb. You have got to go take her down. She was able to defend takedown, stay safe, and earn herself a victory that is really going to propel her forward in her career.
All right, almost ready to go with this one. Here is tonight's tale of the tape. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Arena Aldana! And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Lucky Lauren Murphy!
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Well, there have been a lot of seminal UFC moments inside the world's most famous arena, and we are back at Madison Square Garden tonight, Shabir.
Who gets that shining moment in the world's greatest arena? I experienced it. I know how it feels to walk out of that octagon at MSG with a championship. Will you get that moment tonight?
Lots of striking, now throwing offense, countering with the hook. Nice job by Murphy. Trying to establish the jab early on here. Left hand connection and a right. Well, no feeling out process tonight. These fighters are trading strikes, and both are landing at will.
Yeah, Edger, you see that beautiful placement on that fine knee.
And she misses with the left punch there. Looked like maybe she was going to set up the side kick, and there it is.
She did a good job of getting that foot up and right to the target. Oh, that one landed, yep.
Murphy gets caught by that straight punch there. Oh, she landed another hook there. She's already landed several here in this round. I think the kids would probably say her striking is clean tonight.
It's very, very clean the way that she pivots off of her first punch and then twists into that hook, and you see it damaging her opponent.
Just misses there with the left. All right, well, she's landed those hooks at a high clip here tonight. Actually, some fans are starting to call her Mrs. Lineker. I think it's a pretty good nickname.
Oh, it's a great nickname because they fight in the same style. She's very heavy-footed because she wants to get everything into that left hook, right hook, body hook, head hook. No matter where, she is just throwing those big digging punches all over her opponent's body.
Trying to establish that jab once again. And now they are throwing both sides with conviction. Murphy gets crushed with that hook. Oh, connecting with a series of punches here. She has most definitely found her range. Nicely done as she closes the distance to attain the single collar tie. Nice kick there by Murphy.
Great defense. She blocked that punch.
She got that single collar tie.
Huge knee lands from in close.
Worked hard for that single leg takedown. No good. Big right hook attempt, but she misses.
Oh, nice double leg, yes.
Half guard position for her here, and if you're the bottom fighter, this is truly a case of pick your poison.
Yeah, you gotta pick your poison. And if you're on the bottom, you gotta be trying to find a way to escape that bottom leg. You cannot allow your opponent, you cannot allow her to sit on your leg and just throw big damaging strikes. You've got to make sure you're on an elbow, controlling underhook and getting back to your feet.
Postures up and lands a brutal strike to the head. Nice positional control here.
You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just gotta move.
She postures up here. Oh, delivers a big ground and pound shot to the head. Oh, getting leaky now. The hard ground and pound has opened up a cut. All right, she's in full guard here, DC, but you know she passes as well as anybody in this division.
Oh, man, when she gets to the ground, she has an amazing ability to just be advancing or thinking advancement every single time. But her opponent has a great ability and a great sense of anticipation that when you try to go, she's able to get back to her feet, escape, and get to where she's comfortable.
Nice uppercut on the inside there. Well, it's hard to remember her having as clean a striking effort as we have seen here tonight, just perpetually punishing her opponent with that hook.
She is doing a great job of identifying her most significant strike and continues to go right back to that skill.
Well, I think if I was a fighter, I'd probably be a headhunter, but she is not that, right? She's invested in the body, and she's done some pretty significant damage to her opponent.
Absolutely. You know, you start to go there, and you land something, and you may think, wow, that was hard. Your opponent doesn't really respond. But as you start to pile them up on him, you start to see exactly what we're seeing right now. And now she can start to capitalize on that.
All right, so there's the horn indicating the end of the round. We will keep an eye on this cut. You see the cut man racing in there. Cut, it looks like it's on the bridge of the nose. He'll try to shut that thing and prevent it from being a factor for her here moving forward. Looks like he'll close it up now. All right, she is back to the stool, but dealing with a really big cut on the bridge of her nose. She has eaten jabs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, she's taken far too many shots to the nose. Big shots, devastating shots. And now she is wearing it. She's got a cut on her nose, and she's having to deal with the blood, and still her opponent trying to take her head off.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 is underway. Well, pretty good showcase for these two women in the previous round as our next round gets underway. Some risk management in the previous 5 minutes.
This is a big moment for both of these fighters. Somebody is really going to have to make a decision that they're the one that's going to get their hand raised. The previous round was way too close.
She's starting to put together some significant body work here, and these are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. Both fighters throwing heat now. Oh, the Superman punch lands. Well, the hook has been her primary weapon of choice tonight. Let's see if she sets it up again here. think at this stage of things, there is a wide margin on the judges' scorecard. She has landed a ton of significant strikes in what is her best performance today.
This is the best we've ever seen her look. She did a great job of fighting at her pace, dictating, controlling all of the exchanges, and she landed punches in bunches.
Murphy on the ropes! Well, she blocked that punch. Well, it is not the worst cut we've ever seen in the UFC, but a lot of blood donation happening right here, right now, as her opponent continues to target that area.
Yeah, I mean, you have a fighter in front of you who is so disciplined, who is so sharp. You have got to get on your bicycle, you got to get on the outside, limit the damage getting between rounds, and then try to reset, because right now, this cut is only getting worse.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in round 2.
Oh, nice.
Murphy's eye is starting to swell shut. All right, now she touches her with the left hand. Nicely done. Well, they don't let you wear headgear, but she don't need it tonight, right? Beautiful job defensively.
Oh! Nice leg kick.
Lands a huge right hand. We have crossed the midpoint of this fight. Murphy got into the sport initially after taking her son to a jiu-jitsu class. Murphy's cheek looks like it's cut. Yes, it is. Starting to bleed a little bit now. She got that kick to the body home. Well, pretty good recovery by her opponent after being stunned, but we see this all the time, right? If you don't close the deal when you have that opportunity, your opponent's back in the fight and can potentially win.
Especially with this opponent. This opponent's so dangerous all the time. It does not matter that she hurt her before. She's gonna have to close the door if she gets her hurt again.
Well, this is one of the more active rounds we have seen all night long. Both of these women have realized success with the striking, and both seem damaged.
It's always fun when you get a fight like this, where you see the blood on both sides, where you see the swelling on both sides, where you see the concern from both fighters recognizing, wow, I've got my equal in front of me. Let's see who can push through and get the victory.
Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home. Man, she's got it all going with the hands, with the feet tonight, and that cut is really becoming a factor now as this fight continues.
Yes, she's got to move, Jay. She's got to get on her bicycle. She's got to get to the middle of the round so that the cut man can get to work. Because the more she's in there, the more she tries to fight face first, the more that cut is going to open up. She's got to get moving.
Well, she was a little bit hesitant in round 1, but she has certainly picked up the pace here in this second round. It took her a while to find her range. She's in a strong striking rhythm now. All right, so she attacks the body yet again, and now you really see those bruises, Daniel, starting to accumulate.
Well, she did everything to do that, and she was able to stay the course. Even when something got blocked, even if something got defended, she never changed the way that she attacked. It's beautiful to watch a person so rooted in the game plan, and that game plan paying dividends.
Aldana's nose is just pouring blood right now. I'm no doctor, Daniel, but I'm not sure that thing isn't broken right now. Final seconds of the round. Round 3 next. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round, and they better get going on that cut. I would not say it's critical per se, but getting more severe by the moment.
You expected that more. Refocus.
Well, she absorbed way too many damaging strikes in that previous round. We'll see if we can isolate the replay that caused the cut.
Yeah, she was on the receiving end of a beating, man. It did not look competitive, and when you get hit with shots like this, big shots, shots that matter, you start to show damage. That cut opened up, and she is really struggling with it now.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, 5 minutes to decide this one. She continues to punish the body yet again, just as she did in the last round, picking up exactly where she left off. Aldana's really bleeding something fierce now. That cut is not getting any better.
Can never know what you're gonna see with this young lady. Is she gonna finish the fight?
All right, so now as the cut continues to get worse, it appears as though it's starting to affect her a little bit.
Yeah, it's starting to affect her. You can see it. She's reaching for it. She's pawing at it. She's trying to understand where the blood is coming from. She has got to stay locked in if she wants to win this fight.
Big right hand. Outstanding output on both sides.
Ooh. Nice leg kick.
Oh, she's in a world of trouble now. Oh, nice strike there to the body. She has worked the midsection to great effect here in this round. Down the stretch they come. We're going down to the wire. It has been all action all the time.
I mean, two evenly matched fighters have laid it all out on the line. Let's see. Oh, no.
Just over 3 minutes to go in round 3. Aldana's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. Keeping busy now, connecting with those punches.
That was nice, right.
Under 3 minutes now to go in this one. Murphy gets tagged by that straight punch. Nice land for the offense there.
She's so fast.
Big shot on the feet. All right, well, the ref is going to step in here and call on the doctor. Her nose does not look like it did at the weigh-in yesterday. We'll see if the doctor stops the fight.
No, it didn't. She's been beat up a little bit. The blood is pouring down her face. But if you look at her spirit, it seems like she still wants to be here. She's not ready to throw in the towel yet.
The doctor is going to allow this fight to continue. So good news for fight fans and certainly the athlete involved here.
You ready to fight? You ready?
All right, so the referee is going to get the action back on.
There it is again. Look at it.
Oh, we're getting a finish here.
She's getting up. Yep.
Oh, high amplitude head kick. Gotta think she's going to go hard in the paint and go for a finish here. Oh! Ooh, diving punch lands. Less than 2 minutes to go in round 3.
And now she has her back.
That was nice.
Aldana gets back up. Man, she is just relentless. Unbelievable.
Nice punch to the head.
And here we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 24 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, Aldana.
Well, there she is, and you can be sure there's going to be a long line at the after party tonight after what she was able to accomplish tonight.
I mean, she will be as popular tonight as she's ever been. because no one forgets a knockout like this. It'll be on TV. It'll be on the news. It'll be available everywhere she turns for the next few weeks, and this is a massive moment for her.